Racing Series is the biggest one-make class in New Zealand. Here's the highlights from the icebreaker at Puke1.
Scott, looks like a good start to the season. You won the first race yesterday.
Yeah, no, it was a good start. I was hoping to start good this season, and yeah, we got a perfect start. So hope we can carry it on for the rest of it.
Just tell us about this season, because last year you finished about mid-pack.
Yeah, we started to come right near the end of last season, and as I say, we're hoping to start pretty good. We've done really nothing to the car in between. It's just getting the driver sorted out, which is how it's turned out. So
presentation of your car is pretty good.
Yeah, it helps having a brother as a sign rider, so he sorted that part of it out.
Mark, looks like a great start to the season. You got the lap record yesterday and also a race win.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. I mean, it's a great start. The 318s this year are absolutely really on the pace. I mean, it's just a few tenths behind it, which makes it very competitive. So I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season.
Todd won it last year, but he's not here this year.
No, I know, yeah, it's a very good close battle between Todd and I last year. We've worked together at a racing school previously, but he's still hanging around. I'm sure he would love to get in one of the cars, so who knows, a few more rounds he might just jump in one, I'm sure.
Paul, looks like the season off to a good start. You're on the front row.
Yeah, it's taken, the modifications to the 318 have made a lot of difference this season. So far, so good.
Just tell us about the modifications.
This year we're allowed to run a control cam and a control chip. It hasn't added a great deal of power to the car, but it's definitely made them a lot nicer to drive, extra 400 RPM.
So you can run with the 320s?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, an amazing 48 cars turned up for the icebreaker meeting at Puke1 for the opening round of the 08-09 Castrol BMW Racing Series, the E30 class. This is the first race on Sunday at Puke1. Mark Babb alongside Paul Olsen off the start. We're on board with Benjamin Doak, starting a little bit further back in the field. Leader's already up through into Castrol. So as I said, 48 cars started the weekend. Because there were so many cars, the class organisers decided to split the fields into two groups of 24. The faster qualifiers and the slower qualifiers. So this is the first of the faster group cars. Car number 43, Mark Babb, who finished second in the championship last year to Todd Pelham. And as we heard in the interview with Roger Davis, Todd Pelham not contesting the series this year. Paul Olsen disputing the second position there on the inside. That's with the 40 of Stephen Lawrence. Mark Babb is your race leader, the expat Englishman. Lots of racing experience out of England. And he does a great job with these BMW E30s. Up over the top of the Ford Mountain for lap number 1. 8-lap races. This is the second of the races for the weekend for the faster class. Race number 1 on Saturday as the field works their way down towards the S's was won by Mark Babb. Second was Paul Olsen. Third was Robert Bolin. Lloyd Briscoe was fourth. As we have a look at the highlights, problems there for the 07. That's Grant Williams. He's buried in the gravel trap off the end of the front straight. There's the yellows. Let's have a look at the replay here, and he was very lucky. He went off at a great rate of knots. Was very lucky not to invert the number 07. Back to the restart. Babb led the field away. Chased by Olsen. Looking to the outside, down into Genyon Holmes. Good close racing. So many race cars in this field. 43 Mark Babb, 14 Paul Olsen. And there was Lloyd Briscoe, I think, back in that third position, the white number 30. So we've got a mixture of the 318 4-cylinder cars, the 326 cylinder cars. Here's Lloyd Briscoe, under brakes into the hairpin, looks to the outside of Olsen. 40, Stephen Lawrence is in there as well. 5, Mike Ashton. I'm back on board with Benjamin Doak, car 74. Just running back through the field at the moment. Lots of traffic up ahead. As he works this wonderful left-hander on the run up towards the hill. Doing a good job there. He's not too afraid of the throttle, going up over the top of Ford Mountain, down underneath the start-finish line. to start another lap of Puke1 down into turn 1. Oh, a little bit out of shape there. He's got his hands full. Looked comfortable up over the top of Ford Mountain. Not so down through turn 1 and towards Castrol. Settles things back down. Back on the journey for Benjamin Doak. Car number 74 as the race leader's already down through the kink. Still bad from Olsen. Lloyd Briscoe. Here's car 28, Scott Sampson. So 4 races in the coverage today for the Castrol BMW Racing Series, the E30 class. Great close racing. They fan out across the front straight. 2 wide down underneath the GT Radials bridge. This big field, 24, the faster cars of the weekend. As Bab continues to lead, battles through the field. Car 65, that's Gerald Farber, BMW 320. He's been working his way through the field. So we've got a 3-way battle for second. Bab's got some clear air. Olsen, Briscoe and Lawrence disputing that second, third, fourth positions. Farber and the 34 go at it. That's Rob Barrington-Smith, another one of the BMW 320s. Super successful series. Really grew in numbers last season. Mark Babb thunders up over the top of Ford Mountain. Still leading this race. First race in the coverage. Second race for the weekend. For the faster group, the BMW E30 class. Back on board with Benjamin Doak. Down into one. He gives it a fair bit of wheel down into there. You stay on board with Doak on the right-hand side of your screen. There he is working his way onto the back straight out of Castrol. I think one of the 4-cylinder 318 BMWs. He was battling there with the 20 of Timothy Trout. Making his first start this weekend in the E30 class. He has run in the open class before. Stoke runs it down into the hairpin. He was pretty deep. So Benjamin Doak just running outside the top 15 at the moment. There's Timothy Trout in that orange number 20 going around the outside as we go to the last lap. Bab with about a second advantage over Paul Olsen. Here's Ashton running down into one. Olsen's got his hands full. Now it's Stephen Lawrence in third, so he's sneaked ahead of Colin Briscoe. There's Briscoe, Mike Ashton in the 5. Then it's Gregory Simmons, Scott Sampson's in there, Gerald Farber, Rob Barrington-Smith and Ashley Blewett making up the top 10. The young Carter in the number 66 BMW 320. So Bab with a handy advantage. Olsen trying to run the inside line down to the hairpin. There's the 4th place number 30 of Lloyd Briscoe. Screech of tyres under brakes into the hairpin at Puke1. Beautiful conditions. The first big race meetings of the summer, the Icebreaker meeting, hosted by the Historic Racing Club. But it's going to be Mark Babb for race number 1, the faster group. He will lead them down to the line. His second win of the weekend. Second will be Olsen, and very close for third, Stephen Lawrence just got it on the line. So it was Bab, Olsen, Lawrence, Lloyd Briscoe was 4th ahead of Mike Ashton, Gregory Simmons, Scott Sampson and Gerald Farber.